My game is kind of like the journey of an immigrant when he gets to a new country. There's a lot of things that you're not familiar. There's a lot of stuff that comes fast, but you don't really know how to gear yourself. I feel like my career was kind of like this, where I had to learn every step of the way and get better and adjust and adapt. And I feel like a lot of immigrants, when they come to Canada, that's pretty much what they're going through. They just have to adapt. You gotta figure out how much work are you willing to put and how much adjustment you're able to do. It's on you to do all that, and I think that's the same thing with my career. My name is Boucher. Catch my story on Bags to Riches. I was born in St. Lucia, Castries, Caribbean, right beside Martinique, Barbados, St. Martin. My mom wanted a better life for her kids. There are opportunities and resources. She knows what's right for us.
I pick up leave all my family and go. You just have to have the guts and the strength and the courage to just pick up and go.
Moving to Canada, 8 years old, was a culture shock.
The cold weather, that's the one thing you remember.
We didn't really have money, and I remember going to school, and I remember they were making fun of it, how I was dressed. And for me, I was like, I'm wearing a pants, I'm wearing a t-shirt, and what's the problem? And they were laughing because our pants were like too small and whatever. Sports, I always love sports. If we're playing hockey today, we're playing hockey. We're playing soccer, I was just open to whatever.
He cannot sit still, he has to do something. And I think it's just the amount of energy he had. That's why he was going for sports. I got gravitated to basketball, and then I really started realizing the stuff that I could do and how I could use my height. From 18, 19, and I was like, okay, well, this is something I could do for real. I remember when my parents split it. My mom was by herself. Now she has to do it on herself. She had 2 jobs. I wanted them to be better than I was. I wanted them to have a good job. I want them to have a good life.
You've seen her leave at 8 a.m. She had to pick us from school. She had to cook the food. When she come back, she's tired.
You don't think of anything else. You work and you take care of your kids.
That's the hustle that she gave to all of us, and I think that's the one thing that made me who I am, and that definitely built my character. I got a beef with my mom's boyfriend, and my mom is in a situation where she doesn't know what to do because we don't have money. So if we leave, we don't have no place. We're homeless, everybody. My sister's, she's young, my brother, so she doesn't want to do that, or I leave. I had to, stop school and go get my own money. I felt like that was the only way I could help, really. So at least it's one child less that you got to pay for. I was like 16 and 17 already. Sometimes I was going to my dad when he allowed me, and sometimes I was with my mom. Sometimes I was with my cousin. Sometimes I was in the bus. I was riding a bus from Henri Bourassa all the way to the west side of Montreal. I didn't have a place, and in Canada it's pretty cold, so it's better to be in a bus than outside. And I was doing that for at least 2 years, for sure. Which is like, it's like a roller coaster. Not having a stable place could break you down. Basketball was a safe place to me just because it was a place where I could be myself. I used basketball to kind of an anxiety release and kind of have a moment where, I'm just focusing on the game and nothing else. Like whatever happens in my life, I wasn't thinking about it when I was playing. That's really what was therapy for me. I had 5 friends in Montreal North, and we used to play basketball all the time. And they were like, oh, there's that little tournament every year, and you could win money. So I was like, oh, well, guess what? That's something I need. I had like 44 points, and that's probably the one time that I really felt like, okay, I could do something with that ball, and I could really get, to somewhere. And then I got recruited. That's really what set it up for me. Having my 3 meals a day, school and all that. So just having a structure, having a place where to go to sleep that I knew I was gonna go. I think that's when it really started.
Boucher can shoot that. Instead he goes that way.
We see how he handled it. Rejection by Chris Boucher. Boucher, are you joking?
I started thinking about NBA after my Sports Illustrated magazine at Oregon. That was where I was like, okay, I'm somebody. I mean, LeBron was in there. I'm hearing NBA, money, everything. I'm getting everything. This is what I'm thinking. And then blew my ACL, the semi-final of the championship for Pac-12. And then after that, I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm probably not gonna get drafted. I watched the whole draft, obviously. Nobody picks my name. So they signed me with Golden State. I was like super happy. I'm like, I'm about to go with the champions. But then they sent me to Santa Cruz, which is a G League. That's where I lost it because I was like, what am I doing here? Like, I'm literally in a G League. Like, I thought I was an NBA player. Golden State, they're like, okay, well, you know what? We don't want you on this team no more. And that's where I went on a roller coaster of emotion. I already felt like I've been through so much just to get there. I felt like it just crashed everything that I've worked for, and that was like the really bad time in my life.
I hugged him and I said, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. And I said to him, you're going to go and win a championship somewhere else. You bring me back that championship ring.
After she left St. Lucia to come to Canada, it would be really selfish for me to just give up. She did the biggest sacrifice for bringing us over here, so that's what made me keep going. And I went to Toronto, and that's when everything blew up. I mean, obviously I stayed level-headed. I did exactly what a lot of people, successful people do. They learn, and when it's their time to shine, they take it. They showed me what it is to be a professional, how to come to practice every day. After that, I was like, okay, well, now I know what it is to be a pro. They gave me a chance, took it, and then made me who I am now. Got the G League MVP, got the Defensive Player of the Year, and then after that, we won the championship the same year. My success is based on confidence and believing in myself. And I believe in giving back. If I could save a kid from going what I've been through, I know what it is to not have anything, and so that's what I'm focused on the most with my foundation, is to make sure that I give a way for the kids to have fun, and they know that they gotta work hard and that it's possible to make it. I just signed for 3 years, 35.25. Mom, did you see the news? Yeah, are you happy?
As long as you're happy, I'm happy.
Thank you, Mom. That was definitely like the one day where I was like, okay, I'm here. Like, I am actually where I wanted to be. You know, I could help my family. Now I could take care of them financially. When I signed my contract, my mom was still working at the grocery store. She's been working at the grocery store for a long, long time. I told her to stop working.
I told him, kid, why would you go on television and say something like that? I said, you think that will stop me? He goes, I hope so.
I got herself a house. She was happy I let her choose it. She just never had the chance, so that's something I wanted to give her.
It's much more stress than when you work. Wow. I'm grateful he did it. And the one thing, by having a house, when he comes home, we could all be together. And that makes me very happy.
If I look at my whole life and think what got me here, the one thing I'd say is watching my mom go through what she went through.
I'm extremely happy for him. He deserved it more than anybody I know. He deserved to be happy.
I'm super happy with what she did because she gave us a better life.
And if he's happy, what more can I ask for?